Hello and welcome back. My name is Ananya. Have you ever said, despite it was raining, I went to the market? Or, although the rain, I went to the market? Are these sentences correct? Well, these sentences are incorrect. And this is one of the most common grammar mistakes in English what people make. And you know what's the mistake here? Despite and although have gotten interchanged. It should be although it was raining and despite the rain. But how do I know which one to use when? Well, in today's lesson, I will show you exactly how to use despite and although correctly with simple rules, examples, and a quiz at the end so that you never confuse them ever. Come on, let's get started. First, let's understand the basics. What do despite and although actually mean? They both are conjunctions, especially subordinating conjunctions. Both despite and although are used to show contrast. This means something happens even when there is a strong reason it should not happen. In short, this happened but something was against it, but still it happened. Example, it was raining but we went out. He was tired but he kept working. She was scared but she spoke confidently. Now, in all these sentences, we've used but. But how can we use despite and although? That's exactly what we're going to learn today. First, let's start with the use of although. The meaning of although is even though. And the grammar structure looks something like this. First, we use although, followed by a subject plus a verb. In short, after although, we always use a complete sentence. It's always followed by a full clause. Take a look at this example. Although the battery was low, it lasted all day. So after although, if you look at the sentence, the battery was low is a complete sentence. The battery is the subject and was is the verb. Although the price is high, people continued to buy the product. Again here, after although, we have a complete sentence. The price is high. The subject is the price and the verb is. Although the movie received poor reviews, it became popular. Although he lacks experience, he handled the situation well. Now, can you let me know in the comments, after although, what's the subject and what's the verb in these two sentences? Drop your answers in the comments. And now we move on to the use of despite. Now, this is where most people get it wrong. They make mistakes using despite. Now, despite means in spite of. Now, it's very important. Listen to this very carefully. Despite is not followed by a full sentence. After despite, we either use a noun or we use the ing form of the verb. Take a look at these examples. Despite the rain, we went out. Now, if you notice, after despite, there is no subject plus verb. It means there is no complete sentence. Here's one more example. Despite his fear, he spoke confidently. Again, after despite, we don't have any subject. Despite her age, she runs fast. So always remember, after despite, we do not use a complete sentence. Now let's look at sentences with despite plus the ing verb. Despite being tired, he kept working. Now after despite, we have been, which is an ing verb, but there is no subject. Despite feeling sick, she went to the office. Again, we have an ing verb, but we do not have a subject after despite. Despite working late, I woke up early. Now, here are some common mistakes what people make using despite. Despite it was raining, or despite he was tired, or despite she didn't study. Now, why all these sentences are incorrect? Because it was raining, he was tired, she didn't study. These are all complete sentences. And after despite, we don't use a complete sentence. Instead, we should use although. Let's do a side-by-side comparison to clear this confusion. Although it was raining, we went out. Despite the rain, we went out. So if we notice, after although, there's a complete sentence, it was raining. But after despite, we don't have a complete sentence. The rain, it's not a complete sentence. Here are some more examples. Although he was tired, he kept working. Despite being tired, he kept working. Although she didn't study much, she passed. Despite studying very little, she passed. So if you look at all these sentences, the meaning is the same, but the structure is different. Here's a golden rule to remember. If there is a verb in the sentence, use although. And if there is no verb in the sentence, use despite. I'm sure this will help you clear the confusion between despite and although forever. Now come on, let's test your understanding. It's quiz time. There are 5 questions on your screen, and in the blanks, you need to either fill despite or although. Pause the video or take a screenshot and drop your answers in the comments. So that's all for today. I hope this lesson helped you clear the confusion between despite and although. If you found this lesson helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends who actually need these kind of lessons. I will see you soon in another interesting grammar lesson. Until then, keep learning and keep practicing English. Bye for now.